Ethan Page got a six-pack from eating more carbs. Sounds crazy, right? Eating was cutting carbs and seeing the scale move, but never an actual change in his body. Then he'll feel miserable, lose energy, then binge back again. I am Cezar Bononi and I help Ethan Page break this cycle on the first try. And in 12 weeks, we are able to get a full six-pack. Today, you will see exactly what he was doing wrong, how I fixed it on the first try, and how he is able to maintain the leanness for over a year. You may think that losing weight means cutting carbs, eating less, and suffering through cravings. You probably believe that feeling miserable is part of the process, and that's a good way to show that you're doing the right thing. So you do that. You cut carbs, you see the scale drop, feel accomplished, then energy crashes, cravings get unbearable, and you binge all the way back to exactly where you started. Then you blame yourself for lacking willpower, but actually the approach you are trying is broken itself. That is exactly where Ethan was stuck, and I know that a lot of people are going to relate to him because he's being widely open about everything that he's been dealing, but of course, as you can see, there are ways to fix it, and hopefully you can get it out of this video that help yourself as well. And if you've been believing the same myths, that everything is impossible to you and there's no way to fix it, maybe it's time for you to subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to break all these myths down and I'm going to show you with proof how it actually works for you to be successful. What was Ethan Page doing wrong? Since even before we started working together, we had several conversations of this kind of food does not like my body, it made me feel this way, and all these kind of things. So one thing that he had in his mind is that certain type of foods you just can never have, even though if those are your favorites. In his case, that was bread, that was even diet or zero sugar soda, pasta, most of the things like this, he were cutting out. And come on, who doesn't love like a good loaf of bread, a toast, or even what's wrong with some diet soda? But because everything else was not aligned and he was having other things, he used to think that foods like that, bread, things that he loved, that he still have it every day, was the one that was making him fat. That because every time that he cut bread, he was going to lose some weight. But that's not how it works. One thing that he had in his side that he actually likes to work out. A lot of people don't like it. He did not like it when he started, but there's the thing, he still likes it. It was just lack of a plan. He was just working out. And that's what I say to most of the people. Working out without a plan is not the same thing as actually getting a training program. You're just moving around and you're lifting weights and there's no structure behind, volume, there's no structure behind progressive overload, or even some rest time for your central nervous system and your muscles as well. So it's pretty much like doing something like a dog chasing around his own tail. Like you're running a lot, you're making a lot of effort, but you're not coming out of the same place. And you may tell me, man, I do the same thing, I'm having some results. Of course, because you are comparing for yourself that was not doing anything. So something is always better than nothing. But if you actually want to take it to the next level, a training program changes everything. And the last thing was his mindset. He believed that fitness was a suffering cycle. You suffer for a bit, you have some results, then you lose it all over. Then you suffer, you lose it all over. And even after he achieved his six-pack, he was still believing that he was about to lose. And he lost. And I'm going to explain more in the end of the video why I allow him to actually lose his six-pack, but we gain it back. And how did I fix this approach on the first try? First thing, I built a nutrition plan with the foods that he likes on the amounts that he needs. There is no bad foods. Repeat that with me. There is no bad foods. All the foods are there to make us to enjoy. There are foods that are going to serve you better towards your goal. There are foods that's not going to serve you better for the goal. But sometimes if I want to relax, I want to enjoy some time with my family, rice and chicken is not going to help me in that sense. A pizza is going to help me so much better. But of course, all of that is based on the amount, on the frequency. You're not going to have pizza 4 times a week and expect you to have some good results, which you can, but it's going to be really hard because it's not just about what kind of foods. Your body sees foods different way that we see. We see as volume. Our body sees calories. And unfortunately, the foods that taste the better, they have more calories itself. If you cut all of that, of course you're gonna lose some weight. But if you cut everything that you like, you're not gonna be able to stick to it. So a few things that we did right there. I made sure that he was having rice 2-3 times a day. He was having 4 slices of bread in the morning. He was having several fruits. I add a lot of carbs that are higher in volume, so this way he could eat more and have less calories compared to snacks like chips, pizza, almonds, or nuts, or this kind of thing. So this way he was able to fill up, he was satiated, he felt that food was doing better for him on his training program, so it was no-brainer to stick to that. When you're not hungry, when you're feeling good, it's so much easier to maintain the consistency. And that's exactly what we did. I got him an actual plan. I asked him, what are the foods that you like? And then based on that, we built a program that fits everything that he wanted. And boom, 12 weeks, 6-pack. Second thing, I fixed his workout. I built a training program. That was based on what kind of equipment he have available. That was based on his schedule, when he have to travel, when he don't. I was allowing his body to recover from matches. So of course the workouts that he had on the day before, which actually was a rest day, and then we were able to have like an easier workout on the other day coming, and then before the matches he was having a more extenuous and working more of legs as well. We built like 2 leg days in a week. This way he was able to actually track his progression. We were tracking his numbers, exactly how much weight, how many reps he was doing every week. So this way he can actually see if he was getting better. And he was. And that's the goal. It's actually tracking something. Instead of changing workouts every week because I seen a really cool exercise on Instagram, no, let's keep that, let's track the progression, let's respect your body to recover, and let's build that together. Let's keep going on the same thing. We change every 6-8 weeks, so we were able to have different workouts right here and there, of course, depending on how much energy you was spending. That's the difference, an actual training program. And trust me, going to the gym is not enough. If you're really serious about it, you need an actual training program suited to your needs, to your availability. And I can send you his workout. Probably gonna work better than whatever you're doing right now, but what you're going to be able to actually follow, will that fit your schedule? So all those kinds of questions are very important and has to be taken into consideration. So before actually thinking about going to the gym, if you're really serious about, you gotta have a training program. And the last part, which for me is the most important and is the base of my program, which is accountability. When we talk, I gave him the nutrition plan and said, yes, that's easy. I gave him the training program and said, yes, it's easy. How can I actually know if that is easy? If he is being able to maintain the consistency every day. So I pretty much checked with him every day. And that's what I do for my clients as well. Checking every day. You gotta report. He had to report for me with pictures, all the foods that he was eating. He had to report with me all the training that he's done, how many reps, how many sets, information about how does his body feel after workout, if he's recovering good, if he's sleeping good, if he's drinking water, pretty much every day checking to see how he feels, if he is able to move. Because sometimes I can give a training program and believe that it's easy to follow, but I don't know, something changes in your lifestyle and you're not able to actually follow that, so that needs adaptation. With the daily check-ins, I'm able to see if everything is going smoothly. Also, every 15 days, we check the progress to see if it's actually working, because of course, sometimes you can be following a program, but there's something right there that's gonna allow you to have the results that you're looking for, so have to track the progress itself. And it's easy as pictures, weighed in, and just a quick form. That's how we were able to maintain the consistency. And he's been a killer on that. He was posting pictures of every meal. He was getting everything sorted out. That's why he had such great results. And what did I did to help him to maintain everything? There's other things as well that most people don't talk about. Getting there is hard, okay? Getting a 6-pack is hard. You know it. You may tell yourself that you don't want to have it, but right deep in there, maybe cool if you had. But even the results, like let's say lose 30 pounds, lose 20 pounds, 50 pounds, whatever it may be, it's going to be harder to get there than to maintain, because you're gonna have to get on a calorie deficit. Calorie deficit sucks, okay? At some points you're gonna feel hungry, and it's totally expected for that to happen. You should not be starving, but you're gonna be feeling hungry. Maybe you're going to bed a little bit hungry, which is clearly normal. You're eating less calories than you need because you have so much in your body that we need to use that as energy. So there's a possibility that you're gonna feel. So getting there is harder than maintaining. But what is the problem? A lot of people think that I'm gonna have this really hard way to get whatever I want, so I'm gonna go straight in and I'm gonna drop 1,000 calories, which is so much more than we did with eating, to get there faster. But then it becomes so hard to actually maintain that once you achieve that, happens the same thing that happened with him so many times. He achieved whatever goal in the scale that he had, and then he was plunged back. He did not change his mind, but of course, it's not just the mind, it's this strategy how to get there. Because once you lose fat and build muscle, you are able to eat more. But you cannot just eat more the way you ate before you achieve the goal you're looking for. You have to change things around. If you get back to your old self, imagine what's gonna happen. You are not going to maintain. You're gonna get back to your old self before you even started. Maybe even worse. So there is a strategy that is called reverse diet, that every time that somebody achieves the goals that they're looking for, we have to slowly increase the calories so people eat more and they are able to maintain all the muscle that they built and they don't get the body fat back again. And it's a very, very important that most of the people don't even know that it exists. You may maintain the same diet that you did for 12 weeks, but that's not going to be sustainable because your body is going to be asking for more and you have to give more. And there's the right strategy to do that. That's exactly what we did. Once we get there, once we got really lean, we got him to slowly build more. He was able to eat at some point 3,800 calories and he did not lose the results that he got. So that was the first thing that we did. And one thing that on these 12 weeks that he was really good, he did not cheat the diet at all. But of course, once you get there, it's gonna become easier and you are able to do that a little bit more often. And I don't even like to use the term cheat because I rather use reward. Because when you do something right, it's okay for you to reward yourself. And that's what I do. That's what I tell most of my clients to do. But most of the people, they reward themselves way too much. And they have it as a 50-50. If they have a bad day, they reward themselves with something that they know that is not good. If they do something cool, they reward themselves with something that they know that is not good. The thing that I taught him to do is, you got 4 meals a day. So we're talking about pretty much 28 meals a week. Knock it down 25, then you can have whatever you want. And that's how we build a good balance, right? And things that happen, and he's the one that's gonna prove that. When you actually get that food, it tastes so much better. You feel so much better on the other day as well because you don't feel like crap. And you are just ready to get back to your plan so you can have even more of that. And you start to enjoy food a little bit more from what food actually is. Food is fuel, but also food is enjoyment. But we enjoy too much. That's a problem. And once we enjoy too much, everything becomes the same. It's not the same thing. And the last thing, I allow him to splurge on his old habits. I know it sounds weird, a coach should not be saying that, but I told him exactly what was going to happen. He told me, I'm not gonna diet for 30 days. And I said, you are going to lose your 6-pack and it's gonna be really hard to get it back. He did not believe me, but I said, yep, go for it, we build back again. I'm gonna be ready right here. That's exactly what he done. He allowed himself to have whatever he wanted. He was still working out. He did all the things that he got back. You know what happened? 20 pounds, lost his 6-pack, felt like crap, felt bad, depression, bad thoughts, all these kind of things. Then of course he came back to me and I just said, good, now have you learned how it works? And he said, yes, I did. Can we build it back? Yes. And we did build back in 8 weeks. And then we were able to maintain. Then he finally learned. And that is a different strategy that people use, but I needed to prove him that I know what I was talking about, but also make him feel that it's worth it to change the lifestyle itself. He was missing his old me and all the things that he was doing, but since he had changed so much and he felt how actually feeling good when you achieve your goals, when you eat good food, It is a different feeling that most people don't even understand. Or people that are living for so long, or it's something new, they may forget. Like I've been taking care of my nutrition really good for the last 10 years. I've been really, really good at that. I already know because, well, most of my accident, I was not eating, I was not tracking everything. A lot of people were coming home to visit me. They were bringing me food. I was just gonna eat it. I was not feeling good. It was not just because of my accident. It was because of my food. Before I even started to stand up, I started to take better care of my meals. I was not even exercising. I was feeling so much better. And I had to allow him to remember how he felt so he knows that it's not worth it. And it works. Because I know it was hard. I did not want to see him that way. But again, we were able to build it back. Now, just one thing, that does not mean that if you're going on vacation for 4 days or a week, you should not be enjoying the vacation at full force. No, I'm talking about 30, 40 days. Okay, that's exactly what it was. And I'm the first one to tell my clients, if you reach out for me on your vacation to ask me for food, we're done. I'll give the money back. You're back. That's it. We're not working. Like, go enjoy. The only thing I want to see, send me some good pictures of you enjoying the beach or wherever you're going, and that's it. Enjoy whatever you get back, we get it back. But more than 7 days, it's not going to help anybody. Eating transformation wasn't magic. It was just fixing 3 fundamental things that everybody goes through when they're yo-yo dieting. He went from cutting out foods he loved to eating more, maintaining an actual plan that is easy for him to follow along, that he follows until today. And that's how he was able to maintain this for over a year. The same principles works for anybody, but the approach and the application has to be customized and tailored to each individual, just like Ethan was. And if you want to see how would that look like to you, I offer free consultations to see if I can actually help with those problems, because there are some things that I cannot do. A link for that consultation is right here in the description. And I also have another video that shows how wrestlers stay in shape in the year round. Definitely check that out next.